Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mystic Destinies. We are on Chapter 9, Squall. It's getting dramatic. Shinji walked to my place with me, and I asked him to stay and wait until I had a shower. It felt so remarkably good to finally have a shower that I almost didn't want to get out. Not wanting to keep him waiting any longer, I quickly get dressed and go out to the living room. As soon as I step out, I see Shinji talking on the phone with someone. Yeah, everything's fine. I wonder who he's talking to. Yeah, I got you some. Yeah, I'll let you know. Got you some. Huh, so maybe it's Takumi. Yeah, she slept fine. Okay, I'll tell her. Oh, it's Sho, probably. Baby born yet? Baby? Don't tell me Sho's having a baby with someone. I see. Alright, see you later. Shinji finally hangs up and looks at me. A single look at my face and he starts to laugh. Alright, what weird stuff are you imagining now? Shinji pats the spot on the sofa next to him and I move to sit down next to him. Sho running off for a week because he's having a baby with someone? Shinji chuckles, but it sounds somehow sad. No, I don't think Sho will even date anyone, let alone have a baby with someone. Oh, that makes me feel so sad because he was happy with us and now we're with somebody else. And I know it's not the same, technically, world if you think about it. It's like a parallel universe, but it's like, oh, I feel so bad that the Sho in this universe can't have anybody. Damn it, that's really depressing. What? Why not? Is he just not interested in dating? You could say that. He's just had too many bad experiences. Can I ask what happened? I guess. He doesn't exactly hide it, but he doesn't like talking about it himself. The short version is that all his past girlfriends have ended up being abusive in one way or another. Now I feel worse! What? Oh no, poor Sho. How can anyone do that to a sweetie like him? No wonder then. Shinji nods. Yeah. So I think even if he ever does date someone, it'll be years until he's not completely terrified of the very thought of dating. Oh, Sho, I get you. I get you, Brohan. I get you. Anyway, Sho's actually visiting his older brother and his wife. She's having yet another baby. I forgot how many that'll make. But he went to see the kids. He also asked me to tell you that he hopes his bed wasn't too uncomfortable for you or anything like that. Oh, he's so sweet. You can tell him that's probably better than my bed, so I had a very restful sleep. So, what now? Well, since our day off got interrupted due to horrible events, and because you seriously deserve a nice day, I'm taking you out on a date. Oh my god! Oh, it's like our lives are finally complete now! I feel bad for Sho, but I love you, Shinji. Don't get me wrong, Sho's path is beautiful. Tetsuya's path is beautiful too, but Shinji's just, I don't know. He was the one I chose in the very beginning. When I just played the demo, he was the path that I chose. So, a date? I sit up, straightening my back. Somehow I managed to stay as calm and still as the surface of a lake, at least on the outside. But my heart jumps to my throat, and I desperately hope my voice doesn't come out as a squeak instead. What, like a date? Or one of those bullshit, oh, it's not actually a date, just friends hanging out kind of things. His lips twist into a smirk as he leans closer to me. Our noses practically touching. I do my best to appear as calm as possible. Date. Unless you don't want to go on a date with me. I think I need some rest now. Date it is. Date it is then. Oh, but should I go get changed into something else? How about a ball gown? What? Just where are we going? He looks at me so seriously that for a moment I can't help but feel nervous. Then he bursts out laughing. I'm just kidding. You look nice like this. No need to change. Not unless you really do want to wander around town wearing a ball gown. Oh, thank you. And no, I think that's okay. Hell yes. I'll get the ball gown, you put on a tux, let's go have some fun. I'll save the ball gown for another time. Alright, shall we go then? He stands up and holds out his hand to me. I don't even need to think about it. I place my hand in his and he pulls me up, a little too fast, and I end up falling right into him. He wraps an arm around my waist, amusement dancing in his eyes. Oh, look, he's so pretty! Guess I pulled you up a little too hard. I can feel the heat rise to my cheeks. I don't mind. Is that so? Good to know. Maybe we should just stay here. It's not that kind of game. I'm horrible. This game makes me horrible. All these games make me horrible. In a wonderful... I can't even speak right now. They make me horrible in the wonderful kind of way. Not like, oh, I'm such a horrible person. It's more like the, like, you know... Make me, oh, so inappropriate. More so than I already am anyway. Whatever is going on in his mind, I can't begin to guess. But his smirk leaves me feeling nervously giddy. Anyway, let's get going. Shinji lets me go and moves away, but for a split second I want to jump right back into his arms. Oh, why did I pick this option? I don't think my heart can take any more of this sort of thing. You shut up, Inara, sparkles the unicorn. We are going on a date with Shinji because that is what I want, and I'm going to live vicariously through you. Don't you judge me. I can't stop smiling as we make our way out of my apartment. See, you want it too, girl. Shut up. And honestly, I don't even try to stop. Shinji takes me to a quiet spot right by a lake. Ooh, it's pretty. It takes us a while to actually get there since it's out of the way. I hope you don't mind coming somewhere like this. You could say it's one of my hiding spots. I come here to think and when I want to be alone for a while. Or nap. Does anyone else know about this place? Nope, you're the first person I took here. Oh. I'm the first? We sit like together for a while. Okay. Anyway. Enjoying the peacefulness of the place. Mesmerized by the water and Shinji's calming presence, I find myself relaxing. My mind feels so calm that I almost clear my mind completely, but a thought comes to me. So is this where you disappear to? Sometimes. I have a few more places I like to go, but this is probably my favorite one, and he brought us here. I can see why. It's so nice out here. It makes me never want to leave. Shinji laughs. Maybe this place is enchanted then, to keep you from wanting to leave. Really? He shrugs. Probably not this one in particular, but it does happen. I have heard stories like that, legends and myths. But I don't think it might be true. Oh, but I didn't think it might be true. I laugh. Though I don't know why I didn't. After finding out about magic and all the different worlds, it only makes sense. Well, not absolutely every myth and legend is true. Some are actually made up. Oh, like what? Shinji pauses to think. Garlic? What? Garlic. Vampires aren't afraid of it. I actually know one that happens to really like it. He says that Italian cuisine just doesn't taste right without the garlic. I nod along. Yes, it tastes rather blah. Wait, so you know some vampires then? Yep. I would offer to introduce you, but he's kind of shady. So, like you? Shinji snorts. Well, yeah, I guess so. Just how many shady people do you know anyway? Good question. Honestly, too many to count. We go quiet again, watching the sun reflect on the lake's surface. A sigh brings me out of my trance. I'm sorry if this isn't what you imagined when I said date. I don't really think I imagined anything at all, other than spending time together. I like this, though. It's so peaceful and intimate. Just the two of us. Kind of feels like we're the only ones who exist. And I'm happy. I'm so happy that you took me to a place like this, that you trusted me enough to show me. I'm glad to hear you think so. And you know, I like you. Oh? Wait, no, I better not get my hopes up. So he's finally accepting me as a friend. I can at least admit to myself that I was half expecting for it to take at least a year or so to get just to this point. I like you too, of course. It's nice to hang out like this. I can't stop smiling. As I look back at the lake, I can feel Shinji's eyes on me still. We've become so much closer. I'm so happy. I've been trying not to think about it too much, but now I feel relief. I know I'm one step closer to getting Shinji to like me as more than just a friend. We stay by the lake for a while longer, right until the sun starts to set. I mean, he took you on a date, so I kind of would think that maybe he likes you more than a friend, but I guess there's a reason not to get your hopes up because, you know, men are retarded, so whatever. You know, you'd be like, yay, we're on a date, so he likes me more than a friend. He's like, no, I meant like a date for like friends, like a friend date, but not a friend date, but a date, but for friends. Because that makes sense, you know? Also, Shinji, gotta go slow with him. It's been 3 months before we were even asked to go someplace, anywhere with him, and we're just happy that he likes us at all. He loves us. He loves us so much. We're fucking Inara Sparkles the unicorn, bitch. Yeah. We stay by the lake for a while longer, right until the sun starts to set. As always, Shinji offers to take me home. An offer I happily accept. By the time we come back, it's already nighttime. Shinji stops with me right in front of my door. Hey, this is a new right in front of her door I've never seen. It was fun today, even if we didn't do much at all. Well, I think it was nice. With all the recent events, it's so good just to sit back and relax. And I had fun too. Talking to you is always fun. Good to know. I'll see you later then. Good night. Good night, Shinji. Stay safe on your walk home. I unlock my door, but instead of going right in, I watch Shinji walk away. Only when he's finally out of sight do I finally walk inside. He didn't even turn around to look at you? Come on. Come on, you know he would. He'd be like walking, he'd like look back and be like, you're staring at me and I turned to look at you. Well, I open my eyes. It's late. So late that I don't actually want to look at the time. I feel so tired, but sleep is refusing to come to me. Unable to drift off, my mind turns to the curse that was placed on me. I snort. As if being cursed once already somehow wasn't enough. Whoopsie. I wonder, who really did it? Why me? Why curse me? I'm pretty sure it was what's-her-face. A memory of Mickey flashes in my mind, her furious expression and that terrifying storm. To think that either of them could be innocent. Is Shinji seeing something that I'm not? I search my mind for an answer, but in the end it comes down to two possibilities. Either I'm not seeing something, or Shinji is desperately clinging to what he's known for his whole life. Or he's desperately clinging to what he's known for his whole life. Sorry, I read that wrong. Even with all the recent changes to his life, the betrayal of the woman he calls mother would feel much worse than anything else. A sigh escapes my lips. I can understand the feeling. To realize that your mother isn't what you thought she was, that she's not even your mother, not really. I ignore the stinging in my heart. I know it's hard, but it's not healthy to try and hold on to a person like that. Hell, even I still have issues with my own shit. I won't pretend that I don't. So if anything, I'm probably one of the few people who can really understand how he feels. Ugh, that sounds so arrogant, though. I laugh, but it comes out sounding hollow. Arrogant or not, it is true. Maybe I should try talking to him about it. He's not giving Sorsha a chance. I think he might just be scared to. Bitch, after that cursed flower, I wouldn't be trusting her. Even if she's not the one who did it, I would still be like, and I'm not trusting too much of you. But if he knew how nice and kind she is, it might help ease his pain. At least a bit anyway. I close my eyes in some vain hope that might somehow put me to sleep. But my thoughts don't turn off. Sorsha is like the mother I used to wish for. Kind and warm and everything Shizuka is not. If I had someone like her for a mother, and not Shizuka, then maybe none of that would have happened. I sit up with a sigh. It's all too clear that I will not fall asleep anytime soon. Something hot might help. Something hot and soothing. Shinji? I push myself out of bed and do a little stretch. I hope I have something. I can't remember when the last time was that I went shopping. I just take a step towards the bedroom door when I hear it. Something small hitting my window. What the? I move closer to the window and peek through the blinds. Uh-oh. Out there, right under the streetlight, I can see Cillian standing. Somehow, he seems to see me looking at him and he gives me a little wave. What is he doing here in the middle of the night? Despite my confusion, I wave back at him and mouth come to the door in hopes that he might understand. Cillian nods and starts walking toward the stairs. I move away from the window and quickly go outside. I would have texted Shinji, just FYI, Cillian is here, but she obviously trusts him, when she probably shouldn't. When I step outside my apartment, I see Cillian already there, waiting for me in the corridor. Lady Inara, thank you for coming outside. Cillian seems to freeze mid-sentence as he looks at me. His face slowly starts to turn red before my eyes. He clears his throat and looks away, at anywhere but me. See, and also I don't trust him too, because he is actually one of the characters in Mystic Destinies Echoes. So it is him, not what's-his-face, Emmy's brother. So there is another guy that is it, but he kind of just reminded me of Emmy's brother, and that's why I got him kind of mixed up, because I'm assuming he's from Takumi's path, but he just kind of looked like him, like they both have dark hair, and I just got confused with them. But anyway, yeah, he's in the other path, so like that's usually the antagonists, you know what I mean? Or the ones that like are in that alternate games. So it's kind of weird to me that he's acting all nice and stuff, and maybe he's perfectly fine, and maybe he actually isn't a horrible person, but I just don't trust him, you know, cause of that. So anyway, he clears his throat and looks away, at anywhere but me. As I watch him fidget like this in front of me with his face aflame, my amusement only rises. He's blushing at just seeing me in my pajamas, especially because they look like they have dancing bunnies, or I think they're bunnies. She has freaking bunny pajamas. Come on, give me a break. I'd just be laughing at her pajamas. At her pajamas. Her pajamas. Lord, I can't talk. That's so adorable. They're not even remotely sexy. Lady Inara, I'm sorry for, I wonder just how innocent he is. Oh, just how innocent is he if seeing me in my pajamas makes him this flustered? Would you like to come inside? Have some tea with me? Cillian shakes his head. Thank you for the offer, but I cannot. It would be very inappropriate for me to do that. All right then. Well, whatever. At least I offered. So what are you here for in the middle of the night? I have come for 2 reasons. First, to ask after the prince and how he's doing. Why don't you just go ask him? Why don't you just go ask himself? Why don't you just go ask himself then? Okay. I tried, but Prince Owen did not wish to see me. So I've come to ask you. I wonder, could he possibly know anything? Say, Cillian, you wouldn't have to know anything about me getting cursed. A curse? What? Of course, then again, maybe he is good and he has no idea what his lady queen is doing, because like he's all in love with her and everything, right? So, Are you okay? What was it? It's not still active, is it? Oh, no, no, no. I should call someone, get someone to take a look so we can find the cause and the curse is already gone. Don't worry so much. Gone? Yeah, I managed to remove it myself. Shinji got someone to look me over after. It was determined that it was done by fey magic. I can't quite tell if Cillian looks more surprised, terrified, or simply blown away by my words. You broke a fey curse placed on you by yourself? Truly. As I nod, I can see the amazement shine through his eyes. Our magic is notoriously chaotic, and as such, fey curses can be particularly vicious, even if when they are cast, they were not. How it evolves and changes, especially when someone tries to remove it, is unpredictable. So the very fact that you managed to remove such a thing without dying, dying? Is beyond incredible. But who could have... His expression quickly changes to something dark. Lachlan. He thinks so too. Possibly. It would explain much. I did wonder why the 2 of them would stay back and attack instead of just fleeing right away. By staying back, they only increased the risk of them getting captured. At the time, it did not make any sense, but it fits. I came to the same conclusion. Cillian sighs, and even in the darkness of the night, I think I can see what would be tears shining in the corners of his eyes. I am sorry to have involved you in this. It is my fault. If only I had simply approached the prince myself, he would not have been dragged into all this. You're kind of adorable. I'm not sure if I trust you, though, because you're in love with Sorsha, and I don't really trust her, but you seem like a nice guy. No, it's okay. As strange as it might sound, I'm glad that you did. It's true, I could have done without being cursed, but I think if you hadn't involved me, if I didn't already know what was going on, Shinji would have just shrugged everything off, said it's fine, and tried to deal with everything himself. He might not show it much, but I feel like all of this is really hard for him. So I'm glad that I got the chance to be a good friend to him. Oh, I see. Then I'm happy to help? Cillian looks to be stuck somewhere between happy and confused. It looks so strange that I want to laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I clear my throat. So what's the second reason for you coming to me? Cillian suddenly bows his head at me. So Cillian, what are you doing? Lady Inara, I'm here to extend an invitation from Queen Sorsha to you, to come see her at Avalon. I stare down at Cillian's bowed head. Nope. He doesn't move. He doesn't try to look up at me. He simply patiently awaits my answer. I don't think I'll fall asleep tonight, so why not? No! No! Also, it'd be nice to see Sorsha too, so I guess... No! Alright, wait here a bit. No! No! No, no, no! No, no! No, no, no! You're gonna get yourself captured, stupid! No! There's a reason why this isn't like a yes, no. Like, yes, I will, or no, I won't. Because we'd all be like, no! So naive, girl. Sparkles the unicorn. Just as Cillian looks up at me, I turn around and run back into my apartment. I get dressed as quickly as humanly possible and run back out again, or text Shinji, FYI, going to Avalon in case I never come back. Okay, I'm ready. Cillian holds out his hands. Hold on, please. Well, okay then. I'm not entirely sure where he's going with this, but I get the feeling that I should just go with it for now. I reach out and place my hands in his. I blink in a strange sort of tug, and we're in Avalon. Oh, they disapparated! It's like Harry Potter and shit. Huh? What the? How did you... I let go of Cillian's hands and touch one of the pillars. Feels real, so definitely not an illusion. I turn back to look at him. How did you do that? Cillian pulls out a small necklace from under his armor. On it is the same symbol I've been seeing everywhere in Avalon. This is an artifact left by the god of chaos. It is a necklace that lets me travel in between. Oh, that's neat. Where can I get one of those? Cillian laughs and puts his necklace back under his armor. Unfortunately, unless... Iworth appears right in front of you and makes you one. I have the only one. Iworth? Yes, it's the name we have given to the god of chaos. Now please, follow me. With a nod, I trail behind him, when a thought enters my mind. Cillian, he looks back at me as we walk. Yes? Have you ever met this Iworth, was it? Iworth. That I keep hearing about? Cillian shakes his head. No, I have not. Iworth disappeared long before even I was born. The necklace I wear is simply an heirloom. Many eras ago, one of my ancestors received it from him, although I don't know for what reason. Oh, so that's it. I'm still curious about this mysterious god that the Fae hold to such high regard, so much so that they emblazon everything with a symbol. But I don't know what to ask, where to begin. And I get the feeling that even if I asked, there wouldn't be too many answers. Maybe it's something Shinji would like to research with me? I bet he would love to. For now, I decide to let it go. Cillian stops and stands in front of a door. You may go in, Lady Inara. Her Majesty is waiting for you inside. I give Cillian a little bow and go into Sorsha's room. As I walk inside, I find Sorsha lounging in one of the armchairs. Upon seeing me, she smiles and tries to stand up, only to wince and sit back down. Oh, her wound must still hurt. Inara, I'm so happy that you've accepted my invitation. Please, come sit. She gestures at the empty armchair in front of her. I smile back at her, but a strange heaviness settles in my chest. Shinji must have rubbed off on me, because I suddenly feel as if warning signs are going off in my head, telling me to be cautious. I do my best to ignore it. Don't! With a smile still on my face, I sit down in the armchair opposite Sorsha. This whole curse thing has me more on edge than I realized. Your injuries, do they still bother you? I am better now. I do have some healing to do still, but I will be fully fine in no time. That's because we bashed off your curse, isn't it? Yeah? Is that it? Did we do that to you? Uh-huh. You're trying to curse me? Green-haired witch? I don't know. I really don't, but anyway. Did you not like the flower after all? Oh, it's not that. It was very pretty, but... I quickly tell her about the curse, how it seemed to activate as soon as I returned to the human realm. How it messed with my mind and made me act weird and lose control of myself. That's awful. That bastard! So just hurting me wasn't enough for Lachlan anymore. He just had to curse dear Inara. Yeah, except for the fact that, you know... Yeah. I don't think it was him. The way the curse was making me try to, like, lunge myself at Shinji. Although it's really kind of creepy if you did it and you were throwing yourself at your son. But whatever, what do I know? How do I know how the Faes work? But she sighs. What happened to the curse? It's not still on you, is it? Oh no, don't worry, it's alright now. Even though I wasn't entirely sure what I was doing, I managed to remove it successfully. You removed it yourself? Huh. For the briefest of moments, an odd expression flashes on Sorsha's face, one that seems entirely out of place. It's gone so fast that it doesn't register as to exactly what the expression was, but I could still feel the wrongness of it. I smile at Sorsha. I haven't slept in over 24 hours. I guess the lack of sleep is finally catching up to me. I'm so happy that you managed such a thing, and I'm so very proud, truly. You are much like the daughter I always imagined I would have after my son. I've always dreamed of having a big family, but after what Lachlan did, how he left me heartbroken like that, it was so difficult. It's still hard. It is a pain that I do not think will ever disappear. But I see the way Owen looks at you. I'm not blind after all. So I hope that perhaps one day, even though I may not ever have any more children, that I might have some grandchildren to love and cherish. Sorsha sighs, suddenly looking very tired. I do hope we get the chance to become closer. For my own son to reject me after everything, I do not think I could bear it. If my mother had been like this, maybe things would be different for me? It feels like there's a weight on my heart, slowly crushing it. I understand, but I don't think there's any way to change his mind, other than simply going on with interactions and slowly becoming closer. Just give him some time. That's something that worked for me. It took a while, but now we're closer than ever before. Shinji even trusted me with a secret of his. Oh my god, girl, shut your trap. Which is a huge step, because before that, he wouldn't even talk about himself much. Oh, that's wonderful to hear, Inara. So what kind of secret might it be? None of your business. Don't tell her. I'm sorry, I can't reveal any of his secrets. He gave me his trust, and that's not something I'm willing to break. Of course, yes, I was merely curious. Thank you for being such a loyal friend to my son. He is very lucky to have you. Oh, thank you. I hope that soon enough Owen will trust me with some of his secrets too. So is there any particular reason for you inviting me here? I'm worried about Owen. Sorsha sighs, her eyes drift toward the window, and for a moment she seems lost in thought. However, she quickly refocuses back on me. Do you know of Avalon and the current era that we're in? No, I don't. I will spare you the full history of the land. I don't really care either way. Good, I'm not here for a history lesson. I would love to find out more. I'd love to find out more, but I'm not here for a history lesson and I don't really care. I'll be nice. I would actually love to find out more. It's wonderful to hear, Inara, but our history is a long one, so perhaps another time I can tell you more. Oh yes, that would be nice. As I roll my eyes inside. I mean, maybe it's wrong not to trust her, but I'm just not really... Currently, we are in the era we have chosen to name after King Onweir. Onweir? And the events surrounding him. Are all the eras named after kings? We name our eras after High King or Queen, usually. 35 years ago, Onweir rose to claim the throne of the High King. The methods he chose to achieve such a thing were laced with trickery and deceit. Assassinations and disappearances of any who might have opposed him taking the crown. Huh. Yeah. Alright. I'm just... Okay. Alright. No. Well, I'm just... It's a little, okay. Alright. Keeping it quiet. Sorsha smiles at this. Admittedly, his methods aren't unusual for Avalon, and it certainly wasn't something that would be cause for surprise. However, the sloppiness of his methods and the eventual reveal of it was what caused a stir. A reveal of it all was what caused a stir. He rose to his position by claiming false ties to Queen Boudica, among other things. Queen Boudica? You mentioned her before, didn't you? Yes, she was our first High Queen. She was the one who unified the lands. Before that, we do not have much written history left, so it's hard to say what sort of times they were. All we know for sure was that there were endless squabbles and wars. There was not a single moment of peace. Oh, I see. That sounds bad. Yes, it must have been. So what happened to King Onweir? His rule ended rather abruptly in 3 AE. Okay. When a banquet he was hosting in his own honor ended in a massacre of him and his personal court. 3 different noble families ended their lines that day. To date, it is the bloodiest event during peaceful times. But not the bloodiest in history. Makes me wonder just how bloody the history of Avalon really is. Since his death, the throne has been, as of yet, unclaimed. No one dares to take the throne, believing that Queen Boudica was furious with Unweird for masquerading as her descendant. That it was her will reaching out from beyond that caused the blood to flow. I think I can see just where she's going with this whole story, but I don't want to jump to conclusions too fast. After a short silence, Sorsha sighs. Since all of Avalon believes that only a descendant of Boudica can now claim the throne, the two remaining candidates are Lachlan and Owen. I don't know. I don't know why you would want. Can you see the dilemma that we've been put in? Since all of Avalon believes that only a descendant of Boudica can now claim the throne. Oh, I must have. I must have clicked back by accident. Maybe I clicked down here. I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, either there will be no one on the throne, which is bound to lead to the fracturing of all the courts and quite possibly war, or we let Lachlan take the throne, which might be even worse. Who knows what kind of awful things he would do? Or we convince Owen to take it for himself and possibly save countless lives from being involved in the pointless war of nobles. Sorsha looks down at her hands. Inara, could you relay this to my son? Even though the reply should be easy, I don't want to say it. Am I supposed to smile and pretend that everything is fine and just say okay? Nausea hits me out of nowhere, and for a moment, the world around me starts to feel hazy. I grip onto the armchair. Shinji, I've never seen him say no to helping anyone or anything. He wouldn't like it, that's for sure, but it's likely that he'd accept and do it to help prevent war. If he agreed to do this, I might never see him again. I'm certain he would say that I'm being silly, that he would try and see me, but it's a huge possibility. Because once he's a king, why would he want to hang out with someone like me? No, that's not it. That's wrong. Shinji isn't like that, but even if he did want to, how would he possibly even have the time for it? It feels like an invisible hand is reaching inside me and squeezing my heart. I want to cry, but I do my best to give some sort of smile. I'll give him the message. Sorsha smiles at me, but the gentle kindness of it makes my insides twist painfully. Thank you, Inara. I greatly appreciate your help. She does a little wave of sorts, and Cillian appears as if out of nowhere. Cillian, please see Inara home. At the mention of home, exhaustion creeps onto me. I hold back a yawn and look at Cillian. Could you just take me straight to my bedroom? Kind of ready to just fall into bed. He glances at Sorsha and clears his throat. Yes, of course, Lady Inara. One blink and I realize that I'm already sitting on my bed. Cillian promptly drops my hand, does a little bow, and disappears before I can react. I mean, he was like there and gone instantly. In my exhausted state, I don't even bother to stop myself from laughing. He probably didn't want to peek at a lady's private chamber for too long, or some other nightly bullshit like that. He's so pure. I fall back onto my bed. With not enough energy to even fully get myself into bed, I can feel myself slowly drift away. Ooh, okay. Well, we didn't die or get kidnapped or get cursed again, so I guess that's good. But anyway, I am going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.